What's going on? It's THookz. Sorry for the light in the background, but I'm going to show y'all how to make a track. This is more of a emotional type track with some flutes, got some voices in the background. Pretty simple for the most part, but it's got a certain vibe to it. So I'm just going to play the track for you real quick.
Smack him in the head with another one.
So that's what we got right there. That's what we got. And yeah, forget the camera, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice camera. We just got, that background might kind of get in your way and whatnot, but if you focus on the screen, that's what we're really getting at. Okay, so the first thing I did when I made this beat is I made this lead right here. So I'll explain to you in a second what we did here. So what we did is we used Arcade. If you haven't got it, get it now, because you get it for, at least for right now, the making of this video, you get a free trial for 30 days. And it's like $10 a month. It's definitely worth it. Arcade is so cool. So you go to here, find yourself something. Usually I go with Hooked, but in this case I went with a different kit called Spectral. You have so you know what I'm saying. So right there, if you can see the track, that's what. If you wanted to, you could do cool things like, kind of mess with the timing, the black keys. Maybe for the next song. But this song, I just did the white keys, kept it simple. But there's a little complexity in everything. So after that, well, first of all, like when I make a beat, I like to focus on the melodies first, because that's the. If you got like a good melody, the drums just will come naturally, as long as you don't overcomplicate things. Here's the next instrument that I did, which is a flute. Let me get a good part right here. So, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty simple. Was that F sharp, F, C, G, D, A, B? It's like C sharp, F sharp, yeah. But how I know is the order of sharps and flats, which is for flats, it's B, E, A, D, G, C, F. So B, G, C, F. And for sharps, it's F, C, G, D, A, B. So it's just backwards. And memorize that, because, for instance, if you were to play A for F, C, G, D, A, B for order of sharps, you have F, sharp, which would be here. So if you were to play the key of G sharp, then you'd be playing that key and all of these keys. So you wouldn't play like something like this, where you could do the accidental notes, you know, that's always nice, but like if you wouldn't play like this, you know, like in the actual key signature of what it is, because that's G comes after C, so you do F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Just a simple little note might help you. So put those two together and you have something else you always want to do is take out the lows. You know, obvious, but sometimes you forget to do that. But if you don't really feel like mixing down your sound, and you like it, I mean, at least do this. At least take out the highs and the lows, unless like you're to look and like you see near the end of the spectrum around here, you like C notes, you might want to just like actually bring this up. But for this case, I just kept it down. There's something else you can do. You can move this and then do that, and then totally take out any highs left over. I kind of kept some lows because there's some low undertones. You can't really see them, but it kind of adds to the feel. And for this, for the flute, kind of similar thing what I was talking about. There's like more notes around the high ends on this, so I kind of kept those. You know, it's really all up to you. After that, I actually went ahead and made the beat, like the drums, but just for demonstration purposes, I'll go and show you the keys I made. Kind of made them to mirror after the main melody, which was that first melody I showed you. This. So on this, which how you do that is you control click on Mac and I think Alt, or I can't really remember on Windows because I've been working with Mac so long, but I just got a new PC, so I'm pretty excited about that, so we're going back to PC. But anyway, since I play piano, I like to play it all together, but I split it because just in case I wanted to just add that, but I ended up just grouping them all together in all these tracks. So you add that with your melodies, and you see we put the keys, we kind of got them quiet, kind of want them on the, we don't want them to be like in your face like that. It all depends what you feel, and here I am preaching to the choir over here about taking out the highs and lows over here. You know, you just throw one of them buddies up there. And something else with the main melody. If it's like a voice, I like putting a reverb, fruity reverb too, make it a little wet. Increase the size, you know. Kind of adds more juice, per se, to your song. Now for the drums. I'll get to arrangement later. So for the drums, we just kind of kept it simple, but what I did different on this is I added this effect. There's like natural reverb on that already, it's crazy. But that's an arcade sound, which is pretty cool. It's like, so if you go, Alright, I'm having too much fun. I love that plugin. So I just added that, you know, it's a pretty cool hi-hat. Added that to some 808 because I like doing my 808s kind of close into my, but I actually found that sound by accident, so I was like, I won't keep that hi-hat. So always cut your 808s. Make sure I cut mine here. Yep. If you don't cut them, your 808's kind of like dragging. It just doesn't sound as good. You'll see the difference, subtle difference, but it makes a huge difference on the overall quality of the song when it's done. My boy told me about these little, like, you know, adding little things at the end, like mixing up the 808 a little bit. You know, sometimes you want to keep it simple. This is like a little more, I'd say, not intermediate fans. Mid is what it is. But it's not just doing the same, you know. You know what I'm saying. Add a little highs and lows variation to that. So then we added the clap. And for our clap, we just put a little bit. Oh yeah, for the 808, you always want to take out that high. You don't want it in your highs because you want to let the melody come out a little more in the highs. Which for these melodies, we kind of kept some high on them. But sometimes you just want to bring that up a little bit. You know, I kind of remember where it was. So it's a little more over here. Just let it come out. So, clap. I just EQ'd it. They always say to put a compressor on your class, but it's a little wet to where you could barely even hear it. And then even bring it down here on the mixer. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know, if you want to add songs to the mixer, you just, you know, take your items like this. I'm not going to actually put them up here because I already have them all up here. But then you'd route selected channels from track, or if you only have one selected, you do route selected channel to starting from the. Okay, so you pretty much, it'll just tell you one. There's only one. Alright, so our next part is a little bit of rim. Crash. And then I came in, I stopped doing that hi-hat. I let it all drop. Let that kick come in and did like a whole different hi-hat. You know, sometimes people don't do this. But for this purpose of the song, I wanted it to just totally change the hi-hat up. So I want to do different things, you know. So I added some kick, a little trick. This is some sauce, so you know what I'm saying. Try to have your 808 just play at the beginning and like add your kick later if you want to really build that, like, you know, drive. So for instance, you have this. How that kicks. Add a little open hat. And what that sounds like with the get my melody. And for our melody, we added some little effects over here. I'll take the melodies out so you can hear the drums. So we let it drop. Just kick, no 808. Sometimes you want to do 808, no kick. It's up to you. So yeah, and we're just gonna open this again and paint this. It says that nothing happened. Nothing actually happened. I just got a lot going on in my background, so it's just okay. We're good. I honestly think it's because FL Studio just came out for Mac. But in my headphones, you can't really hear it, but I wasn't hearing it like I wanted to. So, yeah. So there we go. And there's your... And the thing is, you know, it's all up to you. So this is just my way of doing it, you know. This isn't... I'm not even really showing you my workflow right now, which I would get to in later videos. I'm just really showing you what I add and why I add it, kind of. But here's something else I'll show you. Composition, you know, actually putting it out there, and you know, you don't want to do, because most people rap 16 bars, so, or 8 bars. Some do 12. I have a friend does 12. You know, in that case, you like literally all you do is you just cut this down like that, and then all of this stuff right here, you just delete that out and bring everything else over. Pretty simple. But what I did here is 8 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, you know, this is, in essence, this could be your hook if you wanted to, but if you're doing 16, it's just changing up a little bit what's going on there. And then here's your chorus, or you call it your hook. Some people call it hook. I don't think it really matters. My name's THookz, so maybe I should start calling it hooks. And then after that, we go right back. You know, sometimes you want to do a 4 bridge. In that case, you just like pretty much just take this, or maybe just do your flute for like just 4. And then you just let it all come in. You know what I'm saying? So that's one method. And you know, you could sometimes do a 4, or you do an 8 intro. It doesn't really matter. You could do a 32 intro. It does not matter. But you want to keep continuity with what you're doing, whatever you do. You could do a 3/4 time signature song, a 7/8. It doesn't matter. But if you got one part that's 3/4 and one part that's 7/8, it's going to throw everybody off. Nobody's really doing 7/8 now. I'm thinking about getting into it. But so as you see, you got here, 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 here. That each one of these is 4. Pretty simple. There's 8 chorus, so 16, 8 chorus, 16, 8 chorus. Or it could be 8 verse, 8 hook, 8 bridge. It could be, it doesn't really matter. It's all up to the artist, and a lot of the time we're going to go in there and change all this anyway. So you could, you know what I'm saying, you could pretty much just say, let's delete it all and just redo it. With our, then, you know, our tracks right here, and then we just take all these and move them over, whatever the artist wants, you know. Let's undo that. So yeah, that's that. You know, pretty simple. I'm not going to go in much more detail about that because, well, I'll do a video about that if that was what I was trying to do. But yeah, for hi-hats, let's always be sure you take out your loop points on everything. Unless you want the loop point, then it's whatever. But with this hi-hat, I just added fill each two-step, and then I went in here and I did some, can't really see it, but simple. And went in there, I showed y'all the 808. But when you're actually writing it out, just think of it as the backbone to your music, because everybody digs the 808. So it's a melody in itself, but it's not going to always play with the melody, and sometimes you want to just hit the 808 and not the melody. But the only way you could do that is if you cut your 808. Because if you don't cut your 808 when an 808 is going by itself, for instance, or in any time that it just comes in, it sounds a little off. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just some advice. I hope you enjoyed this. And happy producing. Happy songwriting. And have a nice day.